All right, let's start this off, y'all.
Hey man, it's me. You probably heard about this election thing, right? So like, yeah, you should vote, but here's what you should do. You just, instead of voting for one of those jokers up there, you just write in the write-in, and you write in me, yourself, man. And then what's gonna happen, man, is they're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, whoa, why aren't they voting for our guys? They like, what? Whoa, and it's just gonna break the system, man. And that's when we take over, man. Take back the power. So yeah, do that shit, man. It'd be fucking hilarious, man. Peace.
Who approves this message? Somebody needs to approve this message. Who is it going to be?
Jerry Seinfeld. My name's Jerry Seinfeld, and I approve this message. He doesn't sound like that.
He doesn't not sound like that.
Hey guys, it's me, Jerry Seinfeld.
He's like a Jerry Seinfeld impersonator.
Hey. I'm Abraham Lincoln, and I approve this message.
Welcome to the Broke Otaku podcast. My name is AJ. With me is Marcus, a.k.a. Hakuna Medulla Oblongata Matata.
What? Abdullah Oblongata Matata? It means no worries. My name is Bobby Boucher. Is that what it is? I don't know.
Worries.
Exactly.
Hi.
Name
Exactly
is Bobby
what it was.
Boucher.
Who's Bobby Boucher?
He's from the Water Boy.
Water Boy.
Water Boy.
You don't know about the Water
okay.
Boy?
I didn't remember his name was Bobby Boucher.
My name is Bobby Boucher.
Gatorade.
H2O.
And
Right.
Alan, a.k.a. Christmas Sanders.
Christmas Sanders has got the chicken that you need for the holiday season. Fill you up on the cheap, help you sleep, keep you neat. Crispy Sanders.
Christmas.
Crispy Sanders.
It turned into Crispy Sanders.
Change the name just on the spot.
Hey, didn't we have a conversation about, like, in Japan, they like KFC for Christmas or something?
Yes.
Or am I making
So
that?
Christmas
That's real?
Sanders might be a real Japanese thing.
I'm glad that for once I'm not making up some bullshit, because that sounded like something that I would make up. So I'm really happy that it's real.
Yeah, it's totally a
We put our people
Christmas
on
tradition. Every Christmas season, an estimated 3.6 million Japanese families treat themselves to KFC.
KFC. That's amazing. I would love to eat fried chicken on Christmas. I wish that was like the plan every year.
God, all right. We don't need to get into that now, but I have to like look into that more.
It began in 1974 when the company launched a holiday marketing campaign.
Been eating chicken.
They've been eating chicken. I mean, Christmas is really a Western holiday.
50
So they're
years,
probably like,
bro.
in a salute to America, we're going to eat fried chicken in your honor.
What else?
The birth of your Lord and Savior in America means chicken for us.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
We celebrate American Jesus.
With American
Eating
cooking.
fried chicken.
KFC.
God,
Kentucky
Japan is
Fried.
so weird.
Kentucky Fried Christ.
That got weird.
Wow.
It did.
What the hell's
love it.
happening today?
Game?
We're doing
Somebody.
we're doing a game. It's the name game.
If you haven't seen the video, it's super awkward. Don't watch it.
I mean, I liked it. It was pretty dope. But yeah, I have to apologize to you, Alan, because you were like, the first time we played the name game, like, that's a thing. And I was like, no, it's not. And then you showed me the video, and it's totally a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
This is the name game. We played it like one time before. For those of you who don't remember, what I'm going to do is have each one of these guys ask me yes or no questions. And I will answer yes or no. And based on that, that gives them clues as to a person or a character that I am thinking of. I'm also going to give a category so you're not just shooting in the dark, and you'll have a bit of focus for your yes or no questions. Are you guys ready to play?
No, but let's do it.
Yeah, I wasn't listening, but let's do this.
Oh my God. Well, that sucks because you're first.
Yay!
All
Banana,
right.
fana, fofana.
So the first category is a child wizard.
Easy. What? So I ask you questions now?
Oh my God. Yes. You asked me a yes or no question. And the last rule that I forgot to mention, because I always do that, is that if you have a guess, you are able to guess at any time. But if you guess wrong, the other person then gets a chance to speak, and you can't ask another question or make another guess until the next person speaks.
All right. Peter Grill.
That's a really good guess.
It took me a second to get that. No, it's not. It's not Peter Grill.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't a child. He was a grown-up.
He wasn't
Convict.
a child wizard at
Grown-up
all.
convict pretending to be Harry, or being mistaken for Harry Potter.
That's not actually who he was. I just made
I know,
a
but
fake
it is now in my head.
No, it's not Peter Grill.
Okay.
Alan, you're next.
What the hell? I just forgot what I was gonna say. Does it rhyme with Gary Snottert?
No. I was gonna
right,
say
I
that's
didn't-
not a yes or no question. But
It is a yes or no question.
The answer is no.
Is it from the Harry Potter series?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it? What's his? Samwise Gamgee is not this thing. What's his friend's name? Not Hermione, the other one. His name's like Ralph or something.
Ralphie.
What the hell's his name?
Ralphie. It's a Christmas story, Ralphie. Cast a spell.
You know what? I'm gonna have
What's
some
that kid's name?
I'm gonna have some leniency on you because I know who you're talking about, but no, it's not him.
Ron.
Okay.
You're thinking
It's
of Ron.
Samwise.
Ron, I was close. What did I say? Ray?
You said
Ralph?
She
Ralph.
said Ralph. Is it Samwise Gamgee?
He'll always be Ralph in my heart.
Man, what's sad about that is you can't even call Ron the Samwise Gamgee of Harry Potter because Samwise Gamgee is way more legit than Ron.
In what regard?
I don't even know him, but
In
I love that
every
insult.
regard, Samwise is better than Ron. What are
Well,
you talking
that's
about?
true.
We'll have that debate later.
Okay.
Everybody listening to this
that
understands
one
what I'm
for
talking
now.
about. Anyways, your turn.
We're going to come
AJ.
back to that, though, with a vengeance.
Yeah.
So someone from Harry Potter that's not Harry Potter or Ron. Is it a female?
Yes.
Can I say? Do I get a guess after I ask the question? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, is it Hermione?
Yes.
It's Hermione.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I said Hermione. I was joking.
You may.
You said
you
not
may-
Hermione, Ralph.
You're right. I did say not Hermione.
You may
But,
guess at any time. It's just that if you get it wrong, then you have to stop and cease
Yeah.
all talking.
Because otherwise
until
Alan
the
will be
next
like,
person.
Goku, Gohan, Vegeta.
Exactly. Like he did last time. Where actually he just kept
That
asking
is what I did
questions.
last. That's a valid strategy given the rules.
Not anymore.
That's your fault.
Anyway, AJ gets the first one. It is Hermione Granger. All right. Alan, we're starting with you for this one.
Yes.
An anime
That's
villain
what I
with a dumb name.
Anime villain
Asterisk.
with a dumb name.
All of the above.
Yeah, really. Jeez. Do you have a? Nah, that's just a yes or no question. Do you have a sword?
No.
Cool.
Are you from a Shonen Jump series?
No.
Okay, I don't have a guess.
Alan.
Do you kill people?
Yeah. AJ.
Are you from a movie?
That's awful.
Yes.
Machine Head?
No. Machine Head's not a villain.
I mean, kind of is.
No, he's
He's
not.
a-
He's
he's
a
a antagonist.
competitor. The antagonist of the thing is Robo World. Machine Head is
that's
just
true.
the guy in the race. Anyways, Alan.
I need your help. Who's the villain in Demon Slayer?
That's not a movie
crap. It doesn't matter.
It's about to be a movie.
It doesn't matter. I mean, he can
It is
still
a
guess
movie.
whatever. Quit helping your
It's the-
enemy. This is your rival. You're just trying to
Helping
beat
your
him.
enemy.
I don't remember what the main antagonist from Demon Slayer's name is.
Yeah, me neither. It's been too long. Him. So it's not him.
Yeah,
That was my guess.
Given as Marcus
Okay.
doesn't even know it, I would say it's not.
AJ, your turn.
Uyutsuki?
Is it from a Dragon Ball movie?
No,
Okay.
y'all gonna be so mad when that answer finally comes out.
Yeah, I know.
Alan, what's your guess? Or what's your question?
Stupid. There's so many.
My question is, it's
All right, I'll give you guys a hint. This is
Too much
special.
choice is a
This
prison.
is special to us, specifically us, and specifically to this podcast. So that should help you narrow it down.
Oh, shit. What's it called?
It's not your turn.
I know, but
Alan.
I have it in my head.
guess at any time. My mind has gone completely blank. Do you have a sidekick?
No.
Is it from Promare?
Yes.
Mad Burnish?
No.
Oh, shit. What's the other one?
Crazer X.
I'm gonna give it to you.
No, Cray Foresight.
There you go.
Oh,
there it is.
dang it.
There it is.
Ray
Yeah.
Foresight.
Cray Foresight.
I didn't want to go get into Promare, but now we're here.
Mad Burnish is stupid, too. Give me that.
No,
but I
Mad-
guess
no.
technically they were not the villains.
They were just misunderstood.
It's not a bad guess. It really wasn't a bad guess.
I
I,
know.
didn't even think about it. But but no, it was Cray Foresight. So we are tied up. 1-1. AJ, it's back to you. A Power Rangers character. And we're talking first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the US of A.
Are you looking
One-
for the name of the person who played the Ranger? Or not
No,
played
the
them, but like
character.
the
The
name of the character? Or not like Green Ranger?
It's a character.
Like Green Ranger?
It's a character.
Okay.
Ask a
What's
yes or no
happening?
question.
All
It is a
right.
character in Power Rangers.
Alpha 5. I don't know. That's my
Okay,
guess.
that's a guess. Is that you're
That's
gonna
my
guess
guess,
and
yeah.
You're not gonna ask a yes or no question. You're just gonna guess.
I mean, there's... I guess okay, let me ask a question. Is it one of the Rangers?
You guys make this game so fucking hard.
But
no, it's not.
Okay.
Now that's good. Just open with that. Open
Okay.
with good questions.
Well, I was trying to think, like, how do you
Alright.
narrow this down? Because there's a lot of...
That's how you narrow it down.
Okay,
Just
that's
did
that's
it.
good.
You
Alpha
just
5
did
is
it.
my guess.
It's over.
No. Alan, what is your turn? What is
You
your...
said it's not one of the Rangers?
it's not one of the Rangers and it's not Alpha 5. No.
It's Goldar, baby. Goldar.
It's not. No.
Yes, my queen.
Is it one of
Big
the...
blue gorilla bear.
What's the...
Golden
Oh,
armor.
golden armor,
Remember.
yeah. What is it? One of the villains?
Yes.
Is it Lord Zed?
No. Alan.
Is it Rita Repulsa?
It is. Congratulations.
That
It
was
is
a
2.
dumb one.
It is 2-1. How's it dumb?
I don't know.
It's not dumb. You're dumb.
Too obvious. You got to get more... It should have been...
Whatever.
What's
Mr.
that
Like,
fish
I
guy?
don't even know. It's too obvious. I don't even know the question to ask. And then you didn't even get it. How you gonna say it's obvious and you don't even get it?
Well,
Alan
it
got
was a
super
lucky
fast.
guess. I should have gone from old Power Ranger, like you said.
I was going to say Lord Zed next, and Rita was the next.
Yeah.
AJ said it for
I
me.
should have gone back further.
How y'all gonna say Zed first when Rita was the OG villain of the series?
I don't
'Cause
know.
I don't know.
He sticks out more in my head.
Maybe.
Y'all stupid.
Because we had the
Anyway.
toys. We had the Power Ranger toys. We had the Lord Zed toy. We didn't have the Rita toy.
What
You're right.
is Lord Zed's catchphrase? What is it?
Ah,
I don't know.
Guess what? What's Rita Repulsa's catchphrase?
Make my monster
Make
grow.
my monster grow.
Exactly. Y'all are dumb for thinking about Lord Zed first. Rita Repulsa is way more iconic.
That's true.
Fair enough.
What did Lord Zed even have a catchphrase?
No, he didn't. He was like, I'm muscle and brain.
No, shut
That's
up.
it.
He was just muscle and brains, wrapped
he
in
got-
metal teeth.
Then he got cucked out by Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze. Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
AKA
Ivan Ooze was
Apocalypse
like-
from X-Men.
Yeah, no, exactly. All right, anyway, next. Going on to the next one. Alan, this one is for you. This is a harder category. YA novel/movie protagonist.
Oh,
YA as in young adult.
Young adult. One more time.
YA novel/movie protagonist. So this is a protagonist that is in a movie that was based on a novel or a novel series. One or the other. Who knows?
I'm supposed to know this person's name.
You should. You pay enough attention to pop culture that you should know it.
things? All right.
You've
It's
heard
something
it
that I
at
know.
least. If you remember it, I mean, you might not, but you definitely heard it.
Young adult. Is there magic? Can this person do magic?
No.
Okay.
Is it a Japanese name?
No.
Okay, good. I don't know who it is, but
Why is that good?
because I would not know it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know.
Alan.
I don't know names.
Too many choices.
What was the category again?
This-
Young adult
Young
novels.
adult novel/movie protagonist.
Okay.
Is there a murder
Yes.
in your film?
Yes.
There's a murder in the film.
Is it a
Young
female?
adults killing people?
Yes.
Is it Katniss Evergreen? Everdeen?
It is.
Bam!
Katniss Everdeen. Man, y'all are tying
Slam
it up,
dunk.
staying tied up. So this is the final tie-breaking round. And this one is going to be a good one. Maybe. I don't know. It might suck. MCU protagonist.
Ooh.
Actually, you know what? I'll change that. MCU good guy. So that change gives you a little bit of a hint.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit. Not a huge one.
Is it me?
Uh,
Alan went
yes.
first last time.
Yes. It's you.
I will say Bruce Banner, aka Hulk.
No.
Okay, all right, that was probably a bad way to start.
Who's
Ask-
a good guy?
Questions
Well,
Can you fly?
to narrow it
Can-
down.
Can you fly?
Yes.
I knew it.
is
I'm going to be nice to you.
don't no.
No, it's being nice to you both. Because saying that by itself will be misleading.
Well, my
fly, yes, but not the way you think.
What the fuck does that mean?
um
What the hell are you talking
I'm
about?
trying not to make it too obvious.
Is
There's a
it-
better way to word it, but it would just be too much of a hint.
is it someone
Riddler, you?
using the power of Stark to fly?
Say that again?
Are they using machines to fly?
No.
Okay.
It's not a bad question. That's an example of a good question.
Thank you. I'm
Keep
learning.
good questions coming.
Maybe by my last question I'll have a good question.
Broke my mind with that flying, but not in the flying way or whatever you said.
I'll give you another hint. AJ's question was a good question.
I wasn't listening to AJ's question.
Well, you should have been. You ain't trying to win this money.
It didn't help me if like okay.
His internet money. Man, I'm so bad at this. Remarkably bad.
Did you change
Do
from
you-
protagonist to good guy or good
Yes.
guy? Okay.
Do you have claws?
No.
Do you have a big ass hammer?
No claws.
No.
Oh, see the flying thing, because Thor doesn't. I guess he does technically fly.
He does. Well,
He kind of
No,
launches
he only
himself
flies
with
the
his hammer.
assistance of the hammer. He doesn't
Yeah.
fly by himself. At least in the movies, in the comics.
In the
I don't know.
comics, I think he fly. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
This is MCU, so
Yeah.
Fuck what you heard in the comics. This is MCU.
You're right. You're right.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Still? Again? Already?
God damn it.
Damn it. Good guys. There's no good guys. Are you, do you have a gun? Do you have guns?
No.
Are you tied closely to an infinity stone?
No.
Shit.
Have you lost someone you loved?
Yeah.
Damn. Sorry.
Were you alive at the end of Endgame?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's
you
an
have a
example
shield
of
with a
another
big-
good question, AJ. Good job. Alan.
I don't remember who was and wasn't alive.
Well,
Well,
there-
he had
there-
about a billion
Cap got it,
people in
right?
so-
Cap died, right?
What the fuck
He
was that? Did
disintegrated.
you guys hear that?
No.
There's a super loud screeching noise in my ear.
No, I didn't hear it.
It sounded like a horror movie, like scream, like jump scare. Scared the hell. Anyway,
Huh.
cut this
No,
out.
I didn't hear it.
Anyway,
That'll be fun.
what was your question, Alan?
I don't remember.
He didn't ask it yet.
Oh,
No, I said, do you have... Oh, I said, do you have a shield with a big star on it?
No.
oh man. Were you the title character in your own movie?
No.
Okay,
Another good question.
thank
Are you
you.
the vulture?
What?
Vulture?
What?
Vulture. Not vulture. What's the guy's name?
Vulture?
I don't know.
He wasn't a
I
good
don't know who you're
guy.
talking
Spider-Man
about.
villain. The Avenger.
Oh,
Falcon?
Falcon.
Falcon. Yeah, Falcon.
What about him?
Are you him?
No.
Are that you?
AJ.
That's not what I said.
Oh, damn. I gotta narrow this
He
down.
flies, but not in that way.
What were you?
Right, it's a good guess. That's another example of a good guess.
Yeah, say nice things about me. Jesus.
Well, try harder and I will. AJ.
So were you in the final battle in
Yeah.
Endgame?
Yeah.
Huh? You fly, but you don't use Stark Tech.
Are you the king of a kingdom?
Nope. I'm pretty sure that king of a kingdom doesn't fly either. AJ.
You're right.
I'm trying to think of who. Captain Marvel?
What
No,
about
because
him?
you had never mind. Because you said you weren't your own movie. Oh, Billy. It's gonna be something. Okay.
Ain't Billy. I don't even know who the hell that is.
Thor Ragnarok. Were you in that?
Yes.
Was it that chick? I can't remember her name. Rides the Pegasus.
Hello?
Oh, Valkyrie.
It is Valkyrie.
Bam!
That's what I'm talking about. You did it. AJ won the game. AJ won the game.
He just asked like 5 questions in a row, but I don't care.
No, I didn't.
No, he
I
didn't.
was stating the
He was
facts that were
cycling
already
through
stated.
and I answered none of them. I answered none of his questions he was cycling through, so he only got the one.
Fine, you won. I don't care. Good game. Shut up.
Now, AJ, you
I'm
get
not mad.
You
I'm
get
mad. You're mad.
You get the money and the bitches. You get the money to pay the bitches.
I'll take double the money. You can have your bitches. I don't even want them.
Now you can simp even harder than before.
Log me in to OnlyFans so I can get my simp on. Just call me Homer Simpon.
That was bad.
Sorry. Hey. Hey.
Now what?
Now we talk about an anime that we've been watching. It is called
Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen. So this is an anime that recently released and just started rolling out on Crunchyroll. It was a manga originally, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's never happened.
But it has been going since 2018, March 2018.
It's relatively new.
Relatively new, but not as new. It's been around a while.
Well, I mean, for as far as like anime adaptations go of a series, like to get adapted like after 2 years, it's pretty quick.
It is pretty quick. Marcus, why don't you take us through what is Jujutsu Kaisen?
Jujutsu Kaisen is about a high schooler. What?
No
And
way.
a demon lord?
Maybe. We don't know yet. Actually, in this case, he'd be a curse lord. But anyways, it is about Yuji Itadori. He is a high schooler that is like, he is so jacked and like athletic and stuff and cool, and he can do all of the feats of strength and dexterity. But he's like, I don't want to do all that. I want to go home at 5 because I like my grandpa. So instead of doing sports after school, he like joins the occult club and hangs out with nerds just like Mob does in Mob Psycho.
Yeah, a lot of
Which is
a lot of overlap here.
yeah, which is fucking awesome, and I ain't even mad about it.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah, so he hangs out with them, and anyway, in their searching for occult activities, they actually find some on accident. So 2 of his friends like are about to get murdered by a curse. Not actually a demon, a curse, a manifestation of all the like bad feelings and regret of humans that have passed from this life.
It's because you all touched yourselves. That's why the demons or
It's 'cause you
the
touched-
curses are here.
It's because
You've
people
doomed us all.
touch themselves at night, so curses arise. But yeah, anyway, his friend's about to get killed by some, so he's like, I gotta save him because my granddad told me before he died that I should help people so that when I die, everybody will be sad and around me. So he like fights him, and then he's about to get killed, but then this mysterious guy comes out, Megumi Fushiguro comes out, and he's like, oh, you're gonna die, you can't do it. But that's not even what happened.
That part was awesome where he said that. That was the best part.
No, anyways, it doesn't even matter about him. Anyways, the real thing that happens is there's this cursed item that has all this evil energy. Yuji Itadori is about to die. He eats the cursed item, which is a finger, and then essentially absorbs this like uber powerful curse, and then he gets the power to fight curses. So long story short, from that point on, he gets inducted into this school that basically teaches people to fight curses, and the story goes on from there.
Warthogs.
Sorcerers.
What?
Sorcerers.
He goes to Warthogs Academy for the
Warthogs.
curses and curse breakers.
Yeah, that's an inside joke from our D&D campaign.
What inspired him to eat the finger? I don't remember.
Because he was about to die, and basically he knew the only way that he was going to be able to like save himself and his friends was to eat the cursed item, take all that power in himself.
But he knew that was going to happen?
How did he know?
I forget how he knew it was going to
Yeah,
happen.
I forget too.
I think Megumi told him.
I want to say
Like-
that is true.
Yeah, the guy that
Yeah, he had a reason.
the guy that basically acts as the conduit into this other world. Like we're in the shoes of Itadori, where we don't know anything, and Megumi, who is a first year student at this school, is the character that we learn about the sorcerer's world through. So I think Megumi must have like said something about it, about the cursed item, and then he was like, well, if I eat this shit, I'll go beast mode, and that's what happened.
Or die. And he did not die.
Or die, but he's super athletic for no reason. So obviously,
that's the parts I can't.
There's something that's special about him.
Yeah, I can't seem to separate is he just super athletic for no reason? I mean, there's obviously some kind of backstory to his physical fitness that we don't have yet.
Or is there?
I mean, there might be, there might not be, but if this follows like the typical shonen plot line, there's gonna be something about his genealogy or whatever, something about him that's
and the
special.
fact that his parents aren't there from the get-go means his parents are probably into some weird stuff.
Yeah, he's an orphan. He's
shit.
basically raised by his grandpa, which is why he wanted to be out of school by 5 p.m. every day because he
I
had
never told you about your parents.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't care. I don't even want to hear it, Grandpa. Jerk.
But yeah, so that's what it's about, basically. What did you guys think? AJ watched the first 3 because he's a slacker.
Mm-hmm.
Alan and I watched the first 4 episodes. So from this point on, we are spoiling everything that happens in those first 4 episodes. So if you don't want to hear anything, go watch it, come back and listen to this. If you don't care, then listen to it and see what we got to say.
A little bit of backstory. This was based on a 4-chapter series called Tokyo Metropolitan Cursed Technical School, which is actually retroactively renamed to Jujutsu Kaisen 0. And that's going to be available in January if you want to read it, or you can go on the internet and probably just find it. That's considered the prequel to this one. It has some characters, I think, that appear in this series, but I think the main character is a different guy that I don't know if he shows up yet. So, didn't read the manga, so I don't know anything about it outside of the anime. The guy who created it drew a lot of inspiration from Yu Yu Hakusho and Neon Genesis Evangelion and horror films. So,
it shows.
It does. Yeah. What I found surprising was that he did not draw any inspiration from Parasite or Parasite's creator, because there does seem to be a lot of that, eyeballs and hands and body morphing and body horror that Parasite was kind of known for, but no mention of any call outs to Parasite, which I thought was interesting.
That's funny. I didn't think about that, but now that you say it, it makes complete sense, because Migi's relationship with Shinichi and Parasite is almost it's not 1-to-1, but it's kind of similar to Itadori's relationship with, what's his name? The finger that he swallowed, which was a curse item, manifests itself within him and personifies itself in like orifices that open up on his face, whether it's like a mouth or extra eyes or whatever.
Sukuna.
Yeah, Sukuna. So it's like Sukuna does inhabit him in a similar way that Migi inhabits Shinichi. Didn't think about that before.
But as far as like the first 3 episodes, they don't have a relationship. It's just a matter of Itadori keeping Sukuna at bay or keeping him suppressed unless needed.
And can he do it at any time? Has that been established?
That's what it seems like so far. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the weird thing about Itadori, is the fact that he can actually suppress Sukuna, because Sukuna is like mega badass curse.
Yeah.
So the fact that he actually can like basically switch him on whenever he wants is a weird thing. And that's part of the whole, like, all right, he's a typical shonen character. Why can he do that? What's special about him? What is in his like family heritage that allows him to do that? Or was he born under the full moon and like Mars or some shit? Like that hasn't been revealed to us yet. We don't know if that's a thing or not.
I'll bet the guy that he ate is his father. I'm calling it right now.
He ate his father's regrets. The only reason that wouldn't make any sense is because like Sukuna's ancient.
He can still do it. He's the man.
Maybe his father was ancient too.
Still his dad. His dad was like 400. Shut up.
His dad came from space riding a meteor, and his mom is just regular.
Was the meteor.
Ew.
So,
What? That's how it works,
I guess
right?
he was riding a meteor.
so what did you think, Marcus?
Oh, what was that?
I'm just saying, what did you think of it?
Dude, I love this fucking show.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Every single episode. I watched it with for whatever reason, my wife decided that she wanted to watch it with me. Like, I was super surprised. Actually, no, I think I might have made her. But anyways, she like stayed and enjoyed it with me. And the first thing that I love about it is the aesthetic immediately. Like, I think the show looks fucking fantastic. It has a very gritty feel that I like, and the characters look a little bit more mature, even though it's about high school kids. Like, they don't look like 12-year-olds. They don't look super cute. They just look like cool characters. So I love that. I love the overall ambience of the show. The mood is really dark and gritty, and like it's about curses and the occult and stuff like that. So they pull that aesthetic off really well, especially with the way that they've designed the curses. The animation on the curses and even like the style of the curses is a little more severe than everything else. Like, the lines are a little messier and grittier, and there's like a lot more textures around them, and they're just creepy. Like, they're just freaking weird designs. So I love that. Action is great, like animated beautifully, and the sequences are fun to watch. A lot of complex movement happening, not just like random stupid punches and kicks that are like lame looking. And I think the thing that sells it is it's fucking funny. Like, it's this dark ass show that's just goofy and doesn't take itself too seriously. So it's like at any moment where you want to be annoyed at a thing because it's like, all right, this show is starting to take itself too seriously. Like, you have monsters popping out of like walls and stairwells and like just weird goofy stuff happening. Why are they being all serious right now? Somebody cracks a joke, or somebody just does something weird or responds to something weird in a way that doesn't make any sense in the middle of a serious situation, and it hits me right every single time that it's happened. It's just hit me in a spot where I just spontaneously started laughing. And then I guess the last thing I'll say is the opening and endings are both killer. I love both of them.
Those. I was gonna
haven't
make a
skipped
comment
them
about
once.
those.
I haven't skipped either one of them once. They're fucking great. I love this show, and I hope it stays good, because it's been a long time since I've watched a show that's caught me this fast and has stayed consistently good through all of the episodes that I've seen thus far.
I agree with everything you say, especially with the animation, like looking super smooth, and the way the curses look super creepy in their own way. Like, a lot of times the designs are kind of goofy, but at the same time, it's like, you can take it the way it's presented. Like, it's goofy, but like, yeah, it's a threat to, whoever's there. What I find interesting is that it does seem to draw a lot from, like, there's similarities to Mob because they're hunting invisible spirit things. There's similarities to Parasite, like I mentioned. And I also get kind of a Bleach feel, which I hope it doesn't take the route of Bleach, because Bleach got real
seriously
weird at the end. So, the fact that he's got to, capture 20 of these fingers and toes, like I don't know, like sometimes those things can get a little off the rails, and there's a lot of opportunity to do cool stuff, but I just hope it doesn't get stale, because I do like the style. Like, everything you said, I agree with. I just don't want to see it, go down the tubes like,
man.
So many
I wish
do.
you wouldn't have said that, because you're absolutely right. Because the first season of Bleach was great.
Yeah,
I'm actually remembering that first season now, and I liked it I feel like this is better, but I liked Bleach for all of the same reasons that I like this.
yeah.
Because
Well, and that's my concern because it does feel a lot like Bleach starting out.
God damn it! Why'd you say that?
I apologize, but it's true. Like I don't, I always, especially when it's a shonen show, like these things go on forever, and I'm okay with it as long as it stays consistently good. But I feel like they rarely do.
Yeah, I mean, so we're getting to an era now where shonen actually are starting to end. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Demon Slayer's over. The manga's finished.
That's true. Yeah.
Mob is finished. The manga's done. Attack on Titan's last season is next year. So we're getting to a place where there are stories that are being told to be finite, and instead of just being cash grabs, especially with series that have high production value like this one. Because most of those series that go on, you think about, your Naruto's, your Bleaches, your Fairy Tales, One Piece, which is still going on, all of those shows, they'll have episodes that are high production value, but most of them aren't because they're just trying to push shit out from week to week. So I'm hoping that this follows in the footsteps of some of the other anime that I've mentioned. And they stick to just telling a story that's interesting and making an anime that's good and just good, rather than, we got to figure out what we're doing next week. Oh, we got to do a filler arc because the anime caught up to the manga and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and luckily they have over 2 years, assuming it came out every month, of manga chapters to do, so they should be able to avoid filler. This season's 24 episodes. Yep. And I flipped through the first first chapter, and it was pretty much one chapter per episode. I don't know if it's consistently going to be like that. Yeah. But we'll see. So they have plenty of content to go by.
Yeah, Alan, what'd you think of it?
I agree with most of what you said. I don't know about. I just, when I watch it, I feel like it's good but not great. But I'm not sure why. I think, like you guys said, the animation is beautiful. It feels very fluid, and it looks kind of gritty too. The way they like the sense of movement is really strong. Especially in the outro, like you guys said, where he's dancing, his movement just looks so natural. I don't care for the music, but the style of it is amazing. I wasn't really, like you mentioned, the monsters. I don't know if I necessarily am into the dismemberment of things that look like, I don't know. The one thing just looks kind of like a stupid. Not that it looked bad, but it just looked kind of the thing kind of looked dumb. It was just like a dumb creature, and he slices it up, and I was just he didn't really need to do him that. Like that. He could have just. Yeah, I don't know. I was just I kind of felt bad for him. I was like,
that
man,
wasn't even a curse, man.
He just showed up and started getting wrecked.
That wasn't a curse. That was a minced oath at best.
So but yeah, so I was like, oh wow, that's pretty, so we're into bloody dismemberment now, which is all right, but I guess maybe that clashes a little bit with the humor. I didn't love the humor. I thought it was fine. I was grateful for it.
I can kind of get a sense, the same sense you're getting, Alan. It does kind of feel like every other shonen show.
Well, from the start. Yeah, there's a lot of it borrows a lot from Mob, or at least it feels like it does with the After School Club and the Occult Club and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, that they're both borrowing from Japanese culture, which a lot of anime takes from Japanese culture.
Yeah, right.
It's not a thing that's really specific to either of those series.
I thought the monsters reminded me of Mob too. The way they looked and the way they the sounds they made, I don't know, they made some gnarly sounds. The jittering and the eyes and the teeth and stuff, that all felt familiar. So it has that.
Yep.
Yeah, and I just the one guy who wears the blindfold, I don't remember his name. He I don't know. I didn't really like him necessarily.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he was. I liked him because he had a goofy side. So like when they were getting excited to go to Tokyo, like he was excited with them.
Yeah, he wasn't annoyed. He was like all about it.
Yeah, and like the other dude who was all emo, like he wasn't all about it, but the blindfold guy didn't care. And he's like, "Yeah, let's go have fun, except you got to do this thing first." I think the girl is interesting too. I wish I knew the names cuz I haven't seen
So
enough
the
episodes.
girl is Nobara
Okay.
Kugisaki. Blindfold guy is Satoru Gojo.
Okay. And Megumi?
Megumi Fushiguro.
Fushigo. Okay. Yeah, like they're all to me they're all just like they're all right. I don't really like fall in love with any of them. Like compare it to like Tanjiro, where like you just like you instantly fall in love with him.
Yeah, I can see that. I think what my wife pointed out, which I agreed with wholeheartedly, it's not that any of these characters are necessarily the best characters that you ever seen in an anime. It's the way that they interact with each other that we both liked a whole lot. So it's not the typical anime where you have your main antagonist who's like really strong but super dumb. This guy's like really strong and not really dumb, but kind of just goes with the flow of everything. And then you have the stoic guy, Megumi, who he's kind of annoyed with Fushiguro, but not so annoyed with him that he refuses to associate with him at all. Like when Itadori has questions for him, he answers him as long as he's not being annoying. It's just when he's being over the top and annoying, that's when he gets a little bit, irate. And then the girl, she's cool because she's like, she's not super girly, but she's also not like this overcompensatingly macho chick. Like she seems like she's a real girl who's competent at what she came to the magic school for.
Yeah.
And then yeah, with Satoru, the teacher guy, like he's not just like, oh, these stupid students or whatever. He's like this super strong and powerful guy who's like really interested in them and is like, yeah, let's go have a day out in Tokyo. So the way that they interact with each other is just fresh because neither one of us are like, okay, we never ask ourselves like, why is he responding? Why are they responding to this other person in this way? The way that they interact with each other seems very natural. And I guess that's what I like about it is that it's a show that's easy to watch, but still gives me a lot of what I like in heavier anime, which is like the dark, grisly action. And it's a combination that, for me, for my taste at least, they mixed it all together in a way where I'm just like, I'm enjoying every second of this. And yeah, it's not ever going to give me the feels that Demon Slayer gives me. And it's not necessarily as goofy as Mob, but it's this middle section that's just pleasing. And I like it. And for the first 4 episodes, they've just hit it for me personally every time. The episode ends and I'm just like, I love this fucking show. Like, I feel so good after watching this because I got to see some dope action, which I love, and I laughed a lot, which I also love.
Yeah, it's definitely an enjoyable show. Where do you think it's heading story-wise? I mean, this is kind of it's kind of hard to guess because I mean they do have a lot of the story already written and out there. But where do you think it's gonna go?
I don't know. I suck at this exercise. I'm always the guy who didn't know who the killer was at the end of the movie. Like, everybody's like, oh, it's super obvious. I'm like, I didn't know. Because I don't know. I guess I don't experience my media like that. I'm very bad at predicting where something's going to go. And in the event that I can predict something, it's something that's about to happen in 5 minutes. It's never something that's going to happen like at the end of a series or the end of a movie or something
Yeah,
like that.
short term, not long term.
You think they'll have a tournament arc?
I mean, it just depends on how long it is. How long is the how many volume? Do you know?
There's
how many volumes?
127 chapters right now.
Okay, so
128 when this episode comes out.
Okay, so that's probably anywhere between 8 and 12 volumes worth of material, somewhere around there.
Yeah, probably.
Seasons.
I mean, a tournament arc, I guess. For people who've already read this, they're like laughing at us right now because they know. But a tournament arc, I guess, isn't out of the question for a show like this, just because they're in the school setting where he has to learn how to use his curse energy because he doesn't know how to use it. So, and I mean,
he needs a tournament to win.
Yeah, I mean, the most popular, maybe not the most popular, but one of the most popular shonen right now, like, does that routinely. My Hero Academia. They always have some sort of tournament going on where
They're
Deku
still doing that shit.
Yeah, and it's fucking great. But yeah, where Deku has to learn how to use his powers more and more through, you know, these, not just by battling bad guys, but also battling his classmates and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's possible. This show doesn't seem groundbreaking as far as like breaking any formula. I think its tone is a little bit different than a lot of other shonen, but not necessarily the narrative. The narrative is like pretty basic.
It is pretty basic, and that's probably my biggest hang up with it, is that it feels very shonen-y. God damn it. Sorry.
We're keeping that in.
It feels very shonen-y. So like, you know, they'll probably have the tournament arc. They'll probably have the group of bad guys show up with one head bad guy, and you gotta work your way up. The whole fingers and toes thing, I mean, it seems like, you know, it's a Dungeons and Dragons structure. We're like, okay, now you got to do this mission to get the finger. Now you do this mission to get this toe, and it's gonna go on like that. And there's just gonna be different situations you get in, which is fine. You know, it feels very like it lends itself to a long series.
Yeah, man.
You
20.
just, you know,
20 digits.
Depending on, I hope it takes a different direction. Like, get all the digits or find out a reason why you can't, and then go from there. You know, because if it's all about just eating fingers and toes, like, that's kind of gross, actually.
I mean, the show is gross, dude. So if you're already if you're already grossed out, you should just quit. Because it's not gonna get any less gross than it's already been.
I'll be honest, I never stick to weekly released shows. So it'll be hard for me to commit to this one, but I'll do my best to see it through. It's 24 episodes this season, so we'll see.
That's funny. It's harder for you to commit to like 20 some minutes a week than it is like, hey, there's 56 episodes of this show. Watch it right now because everybody already knows about it.
I can't do that either. I can't do any of it.
So you need one season that's already come out.
Yeah, 12
Parasite,
or 13 episodes.
12 or 13 episodes. Yeah, that's the golden ticket right there.
I'm more likely to do, if I watch it weekly, I'm more likely to stick with it. But usually about midway through, like, something happens and I forget, and then I just never remember to watch the show again. So, you know, come February, it'll probably be 20 episodes out, and I'll have not watched any of them.
Well, let me ask you something. Did you do that were you current with Demon Slayer, or did you watch it after the fact?
I think I watched it after the fact.
Okay, more importantly, Mob. Were you current with Mob?
I was current with Mob, but that was special.
Right, so you have to like it enough.
Actually, I'm trying to remember. I don't think I watched Mob when it was... Mob I was on. I was on Mob.
No, you did, because we were all talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it would have been hard for you to not watch Mob and be friends with all of us.
Right.
We would not shut up about it.
Right.
I mean, for good reason, but...
One Punch Man Season 2, I think I might have waited and just watched all that towards the end. But, like, I was current on My Hero, and then as Season 4 was coming out, I think I watched, like, 2 or 3 episodes and then fell off that train. So I'm not current with My Hero, and I've tried to get back into it, and it's it's been more difficult than it should be, because I breezed through that show surprisingly, like the first 2 or 3 seasons when it was out. But yeah, I don't know. Season 4 is not catching me yet.
Yeah, season 4 is funny to me because a lot of people complain that it's slow at the beginning. But for me, I actually love season 4, but that's because I read the manga first before I watched the anime, and I knew where it was going. And where that season ends up is fucking fantastic.
Well, and that's what I hear, and I just want to get there.
I'm like, yeah. It's one of those scenarios that sucks because it's like, oh, you gotta wait because it'll get good. You know.
Yeah, I hate that.
We talked about that last time.
Don't make
how
me
we
wait.
all hate that, but yeah.
Don't make me wait. Just get good.
I need to tell you guys the other thing about the show that just is a pet peeve of mine is the soft shadows they do sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? Where like it's not a hard line with the shading. It's like kind of fuzzy.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. That's funny. Mob does that incessantly.
I know Mob does that, but when Mob does it, it's okay.
You guys, Mob gets a pass.
They get a
things.
pass.
Yeah, Mob is up there.
Overall I like the show and I recommend people check it out, but I'm a little weary of where it's going to end up. So I think season 1 will be good, and I think from there each season will be less good.
Progressively good. Progressively worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it sucks because I know that that's a reality, but I don't even want to think about it because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, just enjoy the first season what you can.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying it so much for what it is. I'm
gonna keep watching it. If it's more, it depends how like bloody and gory it gets. I don't know if I'm in for a whole lot of that.
That's funny.
But maybe.
That's funny. You're like Faith because after every episode, I look at her and I'm like, is it too gross yet? I'm like waiting to see when she taps because she doesn't like super gross, gory stuff either. And I'm like, we haven't even like reached a mid boss yet. like it's already pretty gross. So
I mean, maybe I'm desensitized, but I didn't get a sense that it was overly grotesque as far as the violence. I mean, yeah, it's splashy and blood splatter when you're cutting off limbs and stuff, but I don't know.
It's the curses themselves. The designs of them are gross and odd. They're not scary as much as they're off-putting.
Right. Yeah, this is true.
And so, and I mean that's a different kind of scary in and of itself, really. But it's not your typical ferocious. Like this looks like a big giant werewolf.
Yeah, they're
this
more
looks
disturbing looking.
Right. This is more like a aberration. It's like, what is that? Yeah. Rather than like, oh my God, that thing's gonna kill me.
I've had this discussion in my head. Like I've tried to watch a few horror anime and it's just not that scary. Like there's a lot of American movies that are legit like freak you out. But like I don't know, I've never seen an anime that's like ooh, or a manga that's like oh, this is freaking me out. Junji Ito is probably the closest, at least as far as manga goes.
Yeah, but I've never gotten to the horror genre of anime or a manga. Junji Ito is the only thing that I read because we had to do it for that panel we ran.
Yeah.
But I can say that I wasn't ever scared of what was happening in Junji Ito. I was just scared to turn the page because you want to talk about gross. That dude is gross. Like he draws disturbing shit. So you knew when he was like basically exploiting the page break. You're like, all right, the guy's walking into the room. He hears a noise. He flips the light on and nothing's there. He flips it back off, turns around, looks over his shoulder. Okay, now you have to flip the page. What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. So there was a sort of dread in that flipping the page and going like, all right, man, what bullshit is he going to make me look at now?
What kind of bullshit am I going to have to look at because I chose to?
Yeah, instead of just putting the book down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not the same sort of scaredness that I've experienced whenever I was really scared watching a scary movie.
Right. And that's like, it's hard to recreate that in anime. I don't know if it's because it's hand drawn and animated or if it's just doesn't translate
maybe you
well.
just haven't found the right one. Who knows?
Maybe. There's a few out there that people recommend, but I have not taken the time to watch them. But people put like Boogie Pop in the horror genre, which it's a different kind of horror, I guess. It's more like psychological.
It's not.
Yeah,
horror.
that's
It's
more like a
psychological thriller.
Yeah, it's
Psychological. Fuck you.
Psychological shenanigans.
Right. Yeah. There you go. That's what it is.
So I don't know, when I see like the body horror stuff like Parasite, like it's gross to me, but I'm like,
Yeah, it's not scary.
Yeah, it's not scary. Like I'm not gonna have nightmares or anything. So I don't know. I don't find this one particularly grotesque or overly violent, but maybe it is because I'm
Yeah,
just
it's weird.
Well-
'Cause Parasite's
desensitized
violence
now.
didn't bother me. I don't know why.
Because Parasite it's like slashes and a bunch of blood. Like, and I mean, there is disfigurement of the bodies when the parasites take over the host or whatnot.
Yeah.
But like this feels more, it just feels more visceral in every way.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
they're chopping into these creatures that are off-putting in themselves, and the way that they're drawn, like it's so much detail, and they're pulsing and throbbing and shifting. And it's like, and I mean, AJ, you haven't watched episode 4 yet, so watch episode 4 and then try to tell us that it's not violent, because there's some stuff that happens.
Oh
in
yeah,
that episode.
4 is when it hits the fan, man.
Yeah, 4. After episode 4, I looked over at my wife and was like, "You still in?" Cause,
Okay,
'cause
I should
basically-
have watched 4.
Yeah, 4 was
basically
a lot.
basically how one of the altercations ends is it's a thing. But it's funny because I'm in the middle with you guys. I think the only reason I probably noticed how violent it was because I was watching it with my wife, who doesn't typically watch stuff like this.
Yeah.
Had I been watching it myself, I might have felt more like you, AJ, where I'm like, yeah, it's violent, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, it does
'Cause I
change
just-
when you're in the room with somebody else and you're kind of looking for their reaction.
Yeah.
And you realize it more.
And I think the thing for me too is like it's about presentation more than anything, because this show, it doesn't portray violence like, say, a really serious movie
Yeah.
does.
Right.
Where like there's pick a movie, pick a live action movie, any one that you want. That's a serious movie that is not a comedy whatsoever, that has a scene that's in there specifically to make you feel uncomfortable. A scene that's 5 minutes long, and the director decided to make it 5 minutes long because they wanted to actually make you feel uncomfortable, because what's happening is just too real. And they want to like communicate some level of trauma that people in real life experience. Like that shit, yeah, like I don't like a whole bunch of that. But monster, like curses and
Yeah.
superpowers and cool ass animation, and it's like it can be super gory, but I'm like, okay, I don't really care, because the tone.
It's an
the tone
action
of it
movie,
doesn't-
right? You go there for
Exactly.
the action and the big explosions and the blood and the gore and the winning. That's why you watch it.
Yeah,
I
it's like
think
John Wick.
Go ahead. Oh, I think I enjoy like the martial arts, like the hard hits and stuff that you get more of with Mob, and like the the beams and the fireballs and all that stuff. More than like blood and stuff. But no, it's definitely a good time. I don't want to take away from what it is, which is a pretty entertaining show.
Marcus, are you going to pick up the manga when this season's over?
Probably not. I'm already behind because like I've been on a lull. Like I've had like the latest issue of or the latest American volume of My Hero that I still haven't read, and it came out like the beginning of last month or something. Like still haven't read that. Still haven't caught up on Blam. So I don't I don't need any more manga to read. I have like Claymore. I have like 10 more volumes of that to finish. So I'll probably just enjoy the anime for this one. And I mean, the problem too with this is anything that's animated this well, I like don't even want to read the manga.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'd rather just do it like this. Like I had a friend who well, I guess he still is my friend. He used to be a coworker. He's not anymore. But he was always like, "Oh man, you should read the Demon Slayer manga. You should read the Demon Slayer." But I'm like, it's so pretty though. Like I don't want to read the manga because I've looked at the art in it and the art is good.
Right.
But I like the art in the anime better.
It's hard for me to translate in my head looking at the art in a manga and thinking of it how it might look in the anime and filling in those animation gaps that you get in a manga. And because sometimes I'll look at a panel and I'm like, okay, how do they get from here to here? And then, it just doesn't flow right in my head.
There's a problem. Some manga artists are better at it than others.
Right.
Like transitioning from one panel to the next, or even the discernment of what's happening within a panel. Like there have been manga that people have suggested to me, and I'm like, I can't read this because like I don't know what's actually happening.
Right.
It's taken me too long to actually decipher the action in it. Which is when you find a manga that's good at that reads clearly. It's like the best experience in the world. Full Metal Alchemist is like one of the best examples of clarity and action. Like it's so great. That's why I had to own all of it once I started reading it, because I was just like, this is something that I have to like go back to again and again because it's just so good to look at. Freaking Hiromu Arakawa killed it. She's dope.
She's dope.
She's amazing. Check that out.
Maybe
yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is good, dude. It's so good. Have you not watched the anime at all?
I caught parts of it when I lived with our good friend Will. But no, I never sat down and like soaked it up.
I watched the original series.
Like
you're talking about the anime or the manga looked really good?
I was saying specifically the manga looked really good.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. The anime has its moments that it looks very good. There are some episodes where it looks okay, but they pull out the high production value like for the main fights and stuff. But to be clear, I think Will watched the first Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if he watched Brotherhood or not.
I have not seen Brotherhood.
Why haven't you seen it?
I don't know.
Have you read the manga at least?
Most of it.
I'll let you borrow it.
Yeah, I know. We've had this discussion.
You are the worst, man.
I borrowed it for like a year and I didn't read all of it.
You are the worst.
You feel it coming. It's just like, Mark's about to get mad.
Yeah.
Where's this going? Felt it going.
Dude, I let Jerome borrow all of Rurouni Kenshin, 28 volumes of Rurouni Kenshin. He read that shit in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the difference between living by yourself and living with a house full of children and animals and a wife. and being tired at night. Sit down to read and I'm asleep in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's my life.
That's the truth.
That's hilarious. Well, before we wrap this up, I wanted to give Alan a bit of a fun fact about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Fact time.
So Jujutsu Kaisen is animated by Studio Mappa, which I'd heard of Studio Mappa before, but I didn't realize like how much awesome shit they did in the past. They did Rage of the Bahamut, which I know you watched Genesis of that.
Yeah, I liked that.
Fucking dope. One of my favorite anime, Inuyashiki, which is really good. It didn't look good, but the story is very good.
Is that with the old man robot guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking loved it. Kakegurui, which I liked a lot. The first season of... Actually, both seasons were okay. The first season was better. But that's the gambling one. Banana Fish.
Oh.
Which we talked about for a split second a couple episodes ago.
Might check that out.
Dorohedoro,
Ooh.
which AJ, you and I are super big fans of.
I do like me some Doro.
Go.
Yeah, dude, Dora was good. Like you should try it again. But the real reason why I wanted to bring this up is Studio Mappa also did God of High School.
Ah.
And
Yeah.
God of High School, the anime is directed by the same guy that directs Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's a Korean dude, Sung-Hoo Park.
Interesting. And the final season of Attack on Titan.
Yep, which is coming out next year, which I'm super stoked about.
And Yuri on Ice, which explains the end credits. Because
Yeah.
Yuri on Ice was all about that mocap style
Right.
of animation.
Right.
And that's exactly what's in the end of this one.
It's true. So
So-
Studio Mappa, you're doing good shit. I hope the story of this anime stays awesome. Or not even the story. I just hope the style of it stays awesome. Because like I said
Yeah.
before, the story's basic. And what sells it for me is I'm okay with the basic story, but you just got to present it in a way that's fun. And I think that this anime does. So I'd recommend anybody to watch it. I'm loving it so far.
I'll give it a thumbs up too.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
See
I
what
hope it
does
stays
for you.
good.
It's
Hope it
worth a
stays good.
shot.
In a year, we'll come back, or maybe like 5 years. We'll come back and be like, "Hey, season 5 came out of Jujutsu.
Now it sucks.
Can you believe the
My
filler?"
butt hurts.
Ow, my
They
ass.
raised the price on milk. That's where we'll be in 5 years.
Yeah.
God. But we will also be enjoying the new Jujutsu Kaisen.
We
Hey, you
hope.
want to know something? I'm going to make you real sad, Alan. I'm going to make you
Don't.
real sad.
Please don't. There's just too many things already.
In 5 years, you and I are going to be 40.
Shut the hell up.
I mean, I'm only 39, so
You
You're like
already
10 days
40.
behind us.
AJ already 40.
I was born 40.
He's had 3 kids for like 6 years. You like 82.
7 years.
Yeah, you
7 years.
You age in
83.
dog years now.
Yep. I'm on the latter. Not quite. So, in like 3 years, all my kids will be past the halfway to 18 mark, whatever that means.
That is some indecipherable math for how long
Three-
you still have.
Actually,
For
2
how much
years.
time
2
you still have
years.
to serve.
Yeah, I don't. It's fine.
That's like stats in sports.
Yep.
Like-
This is the first time since 1982 when it rained and somebody hit a flyer to
It's
the.
always the fucking rain.
He doesn't usually return on the down, but when he does, it's after a third pitch.
Left-handed pitcher pitching to Barry was his first name.
He's in the lead for Sockets hit home in after 5 p.m. on a Wednesday.
This is the first time they've come home for a win since 1966 on a Saturday.
5 times out of 10 times he pitches to a guy named Rich, he fucks it up.
The second innings always come after the first.
Yeah, but you never know, Bob. Anyway,
Oh, sports.
We could do that
we're
all
on the
day.
internet.
That's fun. Yeah, we are on the internet. We are on Twitter, which is a pretty toxic place to be right now. I really don't recommend it. But if you are on Twitter, just follow at Broke Otaku and just unfollow everybody else. Because I don't post any of the political shit. I just post anime deals and that's it. I stay out of it. So if you want to
get
be away
ready.
from it, just follow me, just me at
Run
Broke
away.
Otaku by itself. You won't get
Flee.
any of that stuff. I don't
Flee the
like
crumbling-
anything. I don't retweet anything that's even remotely political.
Flee the crumbling system and run into the arms of BrokeOtaku.com.
Look for those deals and bury yourself in anime and manga.
Escape your sadness.
Bury it.
Overcome
Bury
your
yourself deep.
anxiety.
Put a wall of anime and manga in front
Yeah.
of your door.
Wall of paper
And
and plastic.
Swear to
board
yourself
your-
that you won't
board
leave
your
until you've
windows with
consumed it all.
stacks of Blu-rays and manga volumes.
Yes.
You know, the
Nothing's-
pandemic's still hot. You know, people still stuck in their
Nobody's-
homes.
Nobody's going anywhere.
You don't want to risk it. Just read and watch, and you'll be happy again. Oh, someday. Anyway, and then at Broke Otaku Cast, that's the podcast Twitter account.
Yeah, join the podcast Twitter. Sign up for it, man.
That's not how that works, but
Join our Twitter, guys.
just tweet at us and have a conversation.
Be on our Twitter team. That's the thing, right?
No, you gotta sign up for the newsletter. God damn it!
Sign up for the Twitter newsletter, Broke Otaku Cast. Join our forum.
Follow us, please.
Join our BB
Fucking
forum
simp.
post. Create an account
Fire.
and then post anime pictures. What else? iTunes, we're on that. Give us a
iTunes, Google, Stitcher,
Yep.
Spotify, wherever you get podcasts, you can find us there. Broke Otaku Podcast.
5-star review. Leave it. And if you don't think we're worth 5 stars, tell us why. And then we'll read funny responses on the podcast. That's always fun. And what else? BrokeOtaku.com. I would like to make some improvements to that before the holidays, but considering that's like now, I don't know that it's going to happen. But I'll
So
try to
I don't
make
know
it.
why we even said it.
Well, I always aspire to make things better.
I like
don't
to
always
make promises that I can't keep.
don't always get around to it. So, it is what it is right now. Not perfect, but it is, if you want to find some deals, go find it.
And we wonder why we don't make any money on this.
This is a labor of love.
You have to tell them to go or you'll hurt them.
Oh, yeah,
Or
go
make them
or
feel like they're missing something.
Alan will come break your hands and shoot you in the feet.
I swear to God, I will
been
jump
itching.
through your speakers.
I will
slap you.
reach through the tubes of the internet.
Anyways, thank you for listening. We've had fun with you. Good night.
I hope you've had fun with us. See you next time on the Broke Otaku Podcast.
Keep
Goodbye.
the change, you filthy animal.
Hey. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Well,